Welcome to another episode of I Shake My Head with Lisa and Sam.
Hello, friends of the podcast. Samantha.
That was good.
Samantha, how are you doing?
I'm good.
Good. Got a little pep in your step?
I got a pep and a step and stuff, man.
The whole bit, right? The whole bit.
I got some kitten caboodles.
You got some kitten. You know what? Funny that you say that. There used to be a store downtown Stayner, Ontario called Knit and Caboodle.
Now, kitten caboodle works really well for me.
It was Knit and Caboodle because I don't know why, but that was what it was. Probably because kitten caboodle was probably trademarked.
Well, a knit. Was it a knitting store by chance?
Not just, no. She sold lots of cool stuff.
Oh, okay, fun.
I know. It was like one of those small little town stores.
Oh, I love those ones. They always have the best stuff.
Everybody loves the little town store.
Yes.
I know, exactly, right?
They always get the fun stuff.
Yeah, for sure, right? Because they just know what stuff to have.
Well, especially if they're in like an area where it's touristy, you know?
Yeah, exactly. But it wasn't all like I love Stayner type of stuff, not that type of touristy
No, like
stuff.
arts and craftsy from the area, and they can,
right?
You know, the good stuff.
Is that artisanal?
Oh, yes, artisanal.
I don't know what the word. I can't pronounce that word very good, but I think it was before that was even trendy.
Yes, she was trendy.
She was super trendy.
There you go.
Samantha, how's your week been?
It's been good. Got my eyebrows retouched.
Okay, so what the hell? You spent how much money to not have to do anything to them?
No,
and now,
because it has to go through the second phase.
What is the phase?
Michelle knows all about this. Do you need her to explain this to you?
No, what is the second phase? Sounds like it's COVID.
She just goes back over again, and she like makes sure that it's like got the right line and the right color, and we fill them in one more time. And now they live like this. Yeah, I love them. They will live like this for a good year, maybe more.
They seem like there's a lot of space between each one now.
No.
Right?
They're exactly the same.
Huh.
But better.
I don't know if they're better. They're darker.
They're better.
I don't think they're better.
I love them. Shannon from Brow Down. Dudes, if you live in Saskatoon, go see my gal Shannon. She's awesome. Brow Down in University Heights.
There you go.
Throwing it out there.
Nice little plug.
Love her.
Thank you, Shannon, for making Samantha's old yucky eyes look better.
I know. I feel so young.
Do you?
Yes.
But are you HHG young?
I think I'm Samantha Young.
Okay, because I saw that HHG's forehead up close in a picture.
Okay.
It's looking good.
She's looking good. Still a little bit mad at her that she got Botox without me, but that's okay.
You know what? Her forehead is looking so good that it even prompted me. I took a picture where I crumpled my forehead, like see what I'm doing right now to you?
I'm doing it. Oh.
Right?
I need some.
Do I need some?
I think we should go and get a little needle here and a little needle there.
Right? See what's up with that.
Here a needle, there a needle, everywhere a needle.
I don't know. Now I'm kind of curious, right? But you know me, right? I have an addictive personality, so I don't want to start. And then all of a sudden I look like the cat woman.
All of a sudden you're coming out with bee lips.
Right? Yeah. And all of a sudden I'm like, look at me. Look at what I did, right?
Sticking out of your face.
Right? Who knows what I'm capable of? Unsupervised in a place like that, right?
Oh my God, yes, unsupervised. Do not go by yourself.
Do not go by myself. Okay, I have an embarrassing story to share, but this is just between me and you, okay?
Okay.
Me and you. Nobody else.
No, nobody's listening.
Nobody's listening. I'd only ever tell you, right? I'm only telling you. I might tell the HHG too, but this for right now, just you.
All right.
I had to get an echocardiogram done, right?
Oh, fun.
Which is fine, right? But they're just checking to see how my heart's doing. And this was a couple days ago. And it's funny, right? Because ever since, remember I had my frozen arms?
Yes.
Right after but now they're not frozen now, but there's still some residual effects to it, right?
Yeah,
like when I gotta lie on my side, it hurts. It hurts a lot, right?
Oh.
And of course the test is lying on your side, right? So, I was probably not being like the best lying on my side type of gal with this lovely young nurse. And it's funny, hey, the nurses now, they're 10. Like, I don't know how they finish public school and then become a nurse. 'Cause I'm like,
Yeah.
Right? I'm 52, and as we have said before, we excel at nothing. We have achieved nothing. We excel at nothing.
Yeah.
And yet here's this lovely 10-year-old young little girl, and she's like a qualified nurse who's doing stuff with my heart.
Oh, dear.
So it's funny, right? That's all said and done. I'm their last patient of the day, right? They're doing their stuff, right? I'm just going to get changed, and I wasn't going into a different room to do that, right? They've already seen them. So they just hand me my stuff. Well, the one thing that I can't do ever since I had my heart attack is I can't put my bra on what I consider the old fashioned way, which is, right, arms through the front and it just does up at the back.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta turn it around and spin it around, right?
Yeah.
That's how, cause my arms, they don't go that way anymore. So the one young girl, she saw me struggling, right? Because I was trying to be like the cool old lady, putting it on the normal way. And she saw me having a little issue, right? Saw that my little bird arms couldn't go that far. So she's like, here, I can give you a hand. And I'm like, okay. So she does it up, right? Which is nice. Oh my God, Samantha, my boobs, not even in the bra. Right?
What?
You know, right? So she does the back of the bra up. Okay, here's the visual, right? So my arms go through.
Yeah.
Right? She just does the back of the bra up. Well, my boobs aren't where boobs go inside the bra. They're not in the cups. So now they're just like, it's even more awkward, right? Because they're just there.
Oh
underneath,
my God.
They're kind of like underneath my bra. Just like,
Oh my God. You mean how you look when you have your bathing suit on?
like how, because you know how I can't get my boobs into the bathing suit properly? It's that exact same thing. Only difference is, right? These ladies are seeing my boobs.
Oh my God.
You're seeing my boobs still with a bathing suit, right? Exactly. So I thought, I said to these poor young girls who are both 10, I'm like, oh my God, this must be the worst, right? Seeing an old lady and her boobs. And they're like, oh no, it's just fine, Mrs. Gibson. Fine. It's okay, Mrs. Gibson. And I'm like, God, I wonder what class that one is. Like what class in college is that it's just fine,
it's
Mrs.
Just
Fill
fine.
in the blank,
yeah.
Right? It's just fine, Mrs. Fill in the blank, right? Right? It's not going to hurt that much, Mrs. Fill in the blank. Yeah. Just cough, Mr. Fill in the blank. Right?
Is this awkward situations 101?
Right? Like, is it right? Because they're so good with, and you know me, right? I had my heart attack, right? And I've been open about it, right? People were in my nether regions. That's good. You want to come have a poke? Have a poke. You want to take a peek? Take a peek, right? In the perfect world, it should be enjoyable for both of us, but I get that's not what we're here for. But there they are. But there's all my stuff. There's my junk.
Yes.
So I felt so bad for these 10-year-old girls.
Oh, no.
Right?
Yes.
Because I'm like, oh, you didn't need to see this. Right? They're like, it's okay, Mrs. Gibson. And I'm like, oh, you guys are so sweet.
As they end their day, we need a drink.
And then you know that me and my old lady boobs outside of my bra are probably being talked about.
Yes.
Because everybody's doing that. Everybody, right? We're all very professional, but once we are in the privacy of our home or our family or our friends, and we need a drink.
Yes. You're talking about the girl who couldn't get her boobs in her bra.
Right. How was your day? Well, it was good until 4. Right? And then and of course we're old now, right? This old lady who had a heart attack 2 years ago, she'd get her boobs tucked into her bra, so I thought I'd try and help her. I should never, note to self, never help that lady. Right?
Never, ever, ever.
Never, ever, ever. So hopefully she took away some life lessons.
Yeah. So the next time you go for that echocardiogram, they're flipping a coin to see who's helping you out.
Exactly. Right. And my only saving grace is that we got to wear our masks.
Oh, yes.
So thank God, right? Hopefully I will not overly recognizable.
I don't know. Your glasses give you away.
They really do.
And maybe your hair.
Right? And maybe my hair. Speaking of my hair.
You didn't get bangs.
I did. I had bangs for one day.
Yes. And then I believe you texted me. Oh my God, they're so annoying. They're on my forehead.
And I pushed them off to the side. I did. I pushed them totally off to the side.
I know. And I'm like, why are you getting bangs?
But then,
you hate bangs.
But then I said to one of the ladies at my work, I said, I'm trying out a new hairdo. I said, I'm trying bangs. And she says to me, she's like, didn't you have bangs? And I'm like, right? I'm like, in real life I have bangs, but once a picture of me is taken, my bangs, they're like a turtle. They go into the shell and they're missing. Right? Because remember I sent you a picture? I'm like, why? Where did my bangs go?
Yes. Well, you don't look like you have bangs right now, though.
No, I do. They're right there.
No, I can't tell.
No, but in real life, you'd be able to see them.
In real life. Okay. Got it.
That space,
got it. No,
space,
I totally, Lisa, I'm with you. I'm on that train with you. I am putting the coal in the fire. I will stoke that fire for you.
I'm just saying, right? Girl just wants some bangs.
Girl just wants some bangs.
And they want some for more than one day.
Yeah, bitch, please.
Please. Maybe I'll try my bangs up at the lake, right? I'll just...
Okay.
Right, and see, right? I'll go into the water, I'll shake my hair, and just let my bangs fall where they may. That's what I'm gonna do.
Oh, yes, that's exactly what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
All right, I have some very fun good news.
Okay, tell me.
Pink has offered to pay the Norwegian ladies' fine at the Olympics.
Good for her.
What we talked about last week.
Yeah, exactly.
Girls, you wear whatever the hell you want. You want to wear shorts, you wear shorts.
You know?
You want to wear a full bodysuit, I don't give a hoot.
Go ahead, German gymnasts. Wear that bodysuit.
Why do you got to wear a crop top and a bikini? Like, why wear a tank top and a short? You do you.
Right? It doesn't matter.
Yes,
it doesn't matter. If you want to wear your bikini, wear it for the right reasons. Yeah. Whatever that is. But she offered to pay it. So it's like cool. $220 or something like that, American. Wow.
So she's paying the fine.
Good for her.
And I don't believe this is going to change the Olympic Committee's minds, though.
No, it's not. I don't think so. They're just going to take their payment in full. Thank you very much.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. Right.
But you go, Pink. You're awesome.
I know. Hey, that's so cool.
She's in the squad. So.
Well, maybe she was listening to the podcast and maybe she heard us talk about that.
She probably
And she probably was like, oh, shit, I never knew about this.
Lisa, we're very famous.
Yeah, right? Just Google us and ask.
Yeah, just Google us.
Just Google us, right? We overtake the Google. Right? We almost shut it down.
Yeah, you type in funny ladies, boom, there we are.
Boom, there we are, right? There's no Ellen, there's no Lucy, there's no Carol Burnett. It's me and you.
Yeah.
I don't think that's happened yet.
No, I don't think so.
No, right?
I don't think so.
But that's okay. That's okay. That's okay.
Okay. So, Olympics.
Are you watching?
No.
I am.
But everybody keeps talking about the synchronized diving.
Oh my God. Okay. So here's the thing, Samantha, right? You know how I watch, I study, I learn, I practice, and I perfect?
Yes.
Not that sport.
Really?
No.
I'm shocked.
Not that sport. No way, man.
Why are you shying away from synchronized swimming?
Samantha, first off, I'd need a partner. So, okay, picture me and you on the 10-meter platform on the springy board, right? We can't even count to 6 and get that right.
No, we can't.
Let alone do like little spring, one toe tap, go. No.
Oh my God, seriously?
Oh my God, it's the coolest sport to watch. Like the skill, right? So they're like right at the end and they're like tap, tap, bounce, baby bounce, big bounce, half a bounce, pull up, arm up, grab your knee, point your toe, do a thumbs up, do a twist, hit the water.
Wow.
And look perfect. It's like so crazy. It's the craziest sport I think I've ever seen. So amazing. Even the ones that are bad are really, really good. Yeah. Right? I'm like, oh. And it's like degree of difficulty. One lady, it's just a 2. And I'm like, who rates this? That's not a 2. I can do a 2. Right? These are Olympians, people.
Oh my God.
They're not doing 2s. Olympians, the degree of difficulty, 9. Right? Except for their signature move would be a 10, I would assume.
Yes.
Right?
And most of them would have a signature move.
Of course they would have a signature. It was a dipsy doodle or something, right?
Dipsy doodle.
Right? That would be mine. If I was going to be one, that would be mine. And coming up on her synchronized dive for one, because I'd be a solo synchronized diver.
Yes, you would be.
Right? And that would be my thing, right? It would be, and she's at the end of the diving board ready to do her dipsy doodle, right?
You're a single synchron. Okay, so let's just roll that back, right? That's
my Olympic sport.
Yes, you're introducing a new Olympic sport, single synchronized diving, with a signature twist of a dipsy doodle.
Right.
Got it.
So everybody has to somehow incorporate a dipsy
doodle. Okay. Right. So is that the synchronized part? Is that even though they're from another country,
they have to do the dipsy doodle?
They have to do the dipsy doodle because Lisa has now introduced a whole new synchronized diving.
It's a synchronized diving. It's for those who wish they had a partner to synchro with, but they don't, right? And and you can't say, so that it's just diving, because in just diving, I've never heard of the dipsy doodle. So no, it's new.
That's what makes it unique.
The dipsy doodle is the twist, and that is new.
The dipsy doodle is the twist.
Dear Olympic Committee, you're welcome. I look forward to seeing that play out in the next Olympics.
If you need further instruction of what it actually does look like, please contact Lisa Gibson.
Yes, I can let you know. I can give you all the information you need on the dipsy doodle. Right? Yes, I can.
I can only imagine what the dipsy doodle looks like. Is it a twirl? Is it a rollover? Is it a twist in the air with a rollover? Like, what are we talking here? Because the dipsy doodle, it sounds complicated.
It's super complicated, right? So the dipsy doodle starts off straight, goes sideways, and then has a little from the knee out, like a little woohoo, like a little side kick. And but then it has to come back in real quick.
Like a cartoon superhero.
Kind of like that, right? Yeah, like that. That's the dipsy doodle.
Oh my God. Okay.
Up straight, a side twist.
With your leg out.
With your leg, quick, but it's very quick. It's very quick. Yeah,
like,
so if you leave marks will be deducted. If you leave your leg out too long, you're going to lose some marks. Right? It's a quick in and out.
It's a quick in and out.
Woohoo, that. Woohoo.
So you have to be able to say woohoo when you do it.
Dipsy doodle with a woohoo.
With a woohoo.
Right? So not many Olympic sports is there a woohoo thrown in. Right? I'm just saying.
Not in diving. I don't believe we hear the divers speak while they're diving.
We're going to liven it up a little bit.
Okay.
That's what we're doing, right?
That's what makes single synchronized diving so unique.
Yes, single synchronized diving. That's super unique. The woohoo and the dipsy doodle.
And the dipsy doodle.
And the single synchronized part of it. Right? Because deep down in her heart, she just wants a partner to dive with.
Deep down in her heart, yes.
Right? It's like you know what it is? It's the only child of diving. That's what it is.
Oh, yes, there we go.
That's where, right?
Now we understand.
Right? The single synchronized diving is the only child of the diving family.
Yes.
Right? She has no siblings to play with.
Okay.
So, I'm just saying. Okay, here's a question for you, Samantha. Let's go from one ridiculous conversation to the next, shall we?
That's what we do.
That's what we do. Okay. Think of this, okay? Are cucumbers the first thing to be picked? Is that why we got to have pickles? Because think of it this way. Imagine if somebody picked a cauliflower first and pickled the cauliflower. Would it be just like it would be like cucumbers weren't even pickles then?
I'm so lost in what you just said that I'm not entirely sure.
Are cucumbers the first thing to be? Are cucumbers the first thing to be picked
as a vegetable, like growing?
Yeah. Is that why they got to be pickled?
Because they grow quicker than a cauliflower?
Because somebody wanted to pickle something, right? So somebody decided to plant something, pick it. Let's pickle it. Pick it and pickle. Pick it and pickle.
Well, you can pickle carrots, you can pickle beets, you can pickle a lot of things.
Okay, so if the cucumber
so you're wondering
wasn't picked first,
okay,
would there have been pickles?
Yes, because they pickle everything back in the day, and that's how we got pickles.
I don't know.
So
you think that cauliflower could have been the first thing picked? It would have been pickled?
I don't think I'd want... Well, pickled cauliflower does taste better than just like raw cauliflower because at least it has a taste to it. Because cauliflower doesn't really have a taste to it.
No, pick and pickle. That's what I'm saying. Pick and pickle. Well, was that the big deal?
No, like I don't understand your question.
I just want to know, was the first thing picked pickled? Is that how they decided to make pickles? The very first thing, right? Back in the day, the very first thing that was picked, they decided, okay, they woke up on Tuesday.
I don't know. I didn't live back then.
They woke up on Tuesday, 1 million trillion years ago.
They woke up on a Tuesday.
On a Tuesday, 1 million trillion years ago. And they said, today, the first thing we pick, we're going to pickle. We're going to pick and pickle.
So you're wondering how they got to the point of pickling, and they're wondering, was the cucumber first?
Yeah. Is that why
I don't know.
Is that why we have pickles?
Go find a history book.
I'm asking you, Miss Smarty
Pants. I have no idea.
With your hairy carries on?
Yes.
No? Yes?
Bob the Builder? Like that's what you look like?
I don't know. I don't look like I don't look like Bob the Builder. I look like... No, I don't. I look like Buddy Holly.
Oh, there you go. Now you look like Buddy Holly.
You look like Harry Carey.
Well, whatever.
Right? I'm just saying. So I'm just saying, right? Pick and pickle. Is that what they decided? Today we will pick, and tomorrow, and then we will pickle.
I guess, maybe, potentially. I'm so confused by your conversation right now. I'm not entirely sure.
I'm kind of confused by you.
I'm not I don't understand.
I don't understand what's not to understand.
Guys, if you understand what Lisa's trying to get to, like, please let me know.
Samantha, it's not that hard. I'm just saying.
No, I don't know if they pickled cucumbers first. I don't know if had they picked the cauliflower, would they have pickled that? But they pickled everything back then. They canned literally everything because that's how they ate in the fall and the winter when they couldn't grow vegetables.
Right. So do you think that
I know.
So had they picked the cauliflower, would that have become the pickle?
No.
No.
Because a pickle would always be a pickle because they pickled everything.
But a pickle is a pickle because it's a cucumber.
Yes, but they pickled every vegetable.
Okay, but if it was a cauliflower,
green beans.
But if it was a cauliflower, would that have been a pickle?
No, a cauliflower can't be a pickle because it's a cauliflower.
So only a cucumber can be a pickle.
It can be a pickled cauliflower. And when you say pickled cauliflower, that's the process of what they do to make a vegetable pickled. It's only vinegar, water, salt.
But only a cucumber can be a pickle.
Yes.
What was so hard about answering that? That was my question.
That was not even clear.
That was my
first started your conversation.
That was my question.
Only a cucumber can be a pickle because it looks like a pickle.
So the first thing they must have picked...
But what is a pickle? Did we make this up? Oh my God.
So the first thing they must have picked when the day they decided to invent pickles must have been a cucumber because that's why we got pickles.
Okay, fine. Oh my God. I'm exhausted.
Pick and pickle. Pick and pickle. That's all I'm saying. Pick and pickle.
I'm exhausted.
Samantha. Really? You know what's exhausting?
Only a cucumber can be a pickle, but a cauliflower is pickled.
But it's not a pickle.
No, it's a cauliflower.
Yeah, I know. I'm not questioning that.
But how did a cucumber become a pickle? I don't know. You should Google.
That's what I'm curious about. You know what else I'm curious about?
Oh, dear God. I don't know if I can handle this.
All the hype about J-Lo and Ben.
I'm all over it.
Oh, really? Because remember when it first started, you were all against it.
No, I'm in.
Good. I've been in from the beginning.
No, I'm in.
Now you're in.
Because she's my girl.
So now it's okay. When she was your girl before...
No, because I was like, is this a rebound and all this kind of jazz? But apparently she'd been seeing him for a bit.
She what?
She'd been seeing him for a bit.
I don't think it just emerged.
No, I don't think so.
No, I think that's her lobster.
What the fuck does that mean?
That's a movie. That's from a movie. Oh, it's from Friends. And Phoebe says, because you're her lobster.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, okay,
right?
Got it. I got it.
Where's
your
brain?
God. You fucked up my brain with pickles. Okay?
Oh my God, you are so right. Wow, you are following along so good with single synchronized swimming. And then you lost it.
And then done. Okay, so what really has blown the internet up is that she went away for her 52nd birthday, and she's on a yacht in the south of France with Ben.
Yeah.
And they recreated a picture from her song, Jenny from the Block.
Right. I'm still Jenny from the block.
He got her hand on her butt.
Of course he does.
It was classic. And I'm like, shut the front door.
That's so funny. And then people just started talking.
Yes, they just love her. And she had a good birthday. And good Lord, if I looked like that at 52.
Well, you didn't. And you're past it.
Well, and I'm 53 and I'm going on. No, I am 52.
No, you're
I'm
53.
going to be 53.
No, you're 53 now.
No, I'm not. I'm not 53 now.
Because I'm 52.
No, I'm not 53. I'm 52. We stay 52 for like 2 months.
Oh, okay.
And then I become 53.
Then you become 53. Okay, good to know.
Please don't age me.
No, I just need to make sure that you're still older.
But I just needed to talk about J-Lo and Ben Affleck because I have some people at work. Julie, I'm speaking about you. Julie wanted me to talk about J-Lo and Ben. And I'm like, of course I'm going to talk about J-Lo and Ben.
Yes.
It's a big deal. Now Bennifer is back. We have so much to talk about.
But now Bennifer is back and people are happy for them. Bennifer, the original, people weren't happy.
No, but I think they've grown. I mean, they dated in 2002 to 2004. So that's a long time.
They were engaged. They almost got married.
I know, but that's a long time to figure some shit out.
Yeah, I think they're good. I'm glad they're back.
Me too.
But I've been team them since the beginning.
Oh, well, I didn't want her to do anything silly, but apparently she's very happy.
And then you jumped on the bandwagon.
And then I jumped on the bandwagon.
I was always on it. I was always on it.
Okay, but speaking of famous people.
Yeah.
We got a good one.
Oh my goodness. We got such a good one.
We do.
We're so lucky. We were so lucky.
Here we go. Friends of the podcast, we have a special guest today, Laurie Gelman. Her career path has taken her from being a radio personality, a TV host, but now she is a best-selling author. And you may be familiar with her first 2 books, Class Mom and You've Been Volunteered. And her newest release is Yoga Pant Nation. So please, warm welcome to Laurie Gelman. Yay!
Yay!
Clap for you!
Everybody sit down, please.
Welcome to the podcast. We're so glad to see you. How are you?
I'm lovely. How are you?
I'm good.
I hear you're making supper. What's for supper tonight, Laurie?
Supper tonight, I'm making steak and green beans, and I did a I did a black bean corn salad.
Nice.
And randomly spaghetti because there are boys involved and I need to just fill their stomachs.
Okay. Because that is a little random, that spaghetti in the middle of the summer, hey?
I mean, you can't go wrong.
That's too funny.
Oh my God. So how's your summer been? Is it going okay?
Yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, I've been busy promoting the book, but also I don't know if you know, I'm writing the next one, and it's due in September. So I'm really behind the 8 ball on that. So I'm basically going to take all of August and not see anybody and just write, and so I can finish it. Otherwise, I'm screwed.
It's so amazing that you can write a book that quick.
Well, I'm halfway done, and I know where I'm going. It's just a matter of there's only one trick to writing a book, and that is you have to sit down. Sorry, this is my alarm. Not forgetting that. To be on the air with you guys.
That's okay.
I am that person. The only trick for writing a book is you have to sit down and write the stupid book. Like there's no way around it. There's no shortcut. There's no magic bean or pill that you can take. You
got to put the work in.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. Well, what's something that we wouldn't know about you? What's something we can't find on the internet?
Oh, that's such a good question. God, you really stumped me on that one.
I'm sorry.
My life is an open book. There's so much people don't know about me. Oh my gosh. My one dream in life was to have been a spin instructor, which is kind of why I wrote about it in the book. Because vicariously, I really wanted, Jen to go through it because I'm too old and lazy to do it. But, I would have loved, like in another life, I would have loved to have done that.
Oh, cool.
That's
I
awesome.
drink classic rosé every day.
Oh, well, that's good. That's healthy.
Good for you. Do you ever Google yourself now that we're talking about Googling? Do you ever Google yourself just for fun to see what they say?
Sometimes I do.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do. A lot of it is you come up with old pictures. Like I get the YTV pictures come up randomly out of nowhere, and you never know who has posted something about you. So yeah, it's kind of fun. I also like to look at the old pictures of when the kids were little, because we would take them out to places, and sometimes there'd be a red carpet or something. We'd get professional shots done, and it's always fun to see how little they were.
That's fun. I sometimes Google us. Yeah, not so exciting yet.
I Google. Are you guys in witness protection?
No.
Yes, we are. Oh my God. We're not very good at it because our pictures are splashed across our social media. So we're not very good at witness protection.
No, I'm kidding. I enjoyed reading especially about the podcast. It's such a great idea. And I love that you guys asked me to be a part of it.
Well, you know what? We're just happy that you said yes. And you know what's kind of cool, right? Is that we have a mutual friend in common, Janie Oliver, right?
Love Janie Oliver. She was my roommate.
Was she?
After college, when I was working at YTV, Janie was my roommate.
So I was like an honorary Oliver roommate growing up. I was best friends with Tracy.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So the years that Janie was like with Chum and all of that craziness, like we were like stashed away in her apartment downtown Toronto, stealing her clothing.
Oh my gosh. That is so funny. There's no one like Janie. She's amazing. What a huge heart. What a
And she just adopted a new dog named Pancake.
I know. I just read that. It's so great.
Yeah. So I thought that was cool.
Ron Oliver.
Yes, right. So we interviewed Ron. I remember I laughed. Sam loves all things Christmas, right? So I asked Ron if he would come on, and of course he said he would. And I laughed because my memories of Ron were still like he was doing magic and things, right? Like I was young with Ron, hey, and he's like, stop talking about things like that.
I know he doesn't want to remember that part. I remember that.
Right? It was. Right? It was so cool. So, Laurie, what would you say is your most interesting writing quirk?
I think, I don't know how other writers write. I've never really asked anybody else. I just start. I don't know where I'm headed. I just start. And I think some people maybe put up, cards and they, figure out a whole plot line. And that would probably be a really good idea and a good way to do it. But it's not the way I create. I just sit down and it's wherever the day takes me.
That's cool.
That's really cool.
That's very creative.
Yeah, that is. Like, and the fact, that you've been able to do this part in your life, like write a book and right now 3 books, that's amazing.
I know. Believe me. And I didn't start till I was 50. That's what's crazy. Wow. I mean, I'd never written fiction in my life and I didn't know what I was getting into. But I knew I needed to write that first book because I had so much anger in me that I needed to, get it out and write the revenge book. And then ever since then, it's been gravy.
Cool. Well, we do a little, do you want to play a game? Do you want to play a game? No? Yes? Okay. Well, I'm going to make it, so that's okay.
Go ahead. Why'd you ask?
Okay, that's true. That's right, what did I ask?
Yeah.
It's called This or That. So you can say this or that. So delivery or eat out?
Delivery.
Lisa?
I like eating out. I mean, of course, we haven't done a lot of that in the last 2 years.
No, we haven't. I like delivery, actually.
I just like to stay home.
Yeah.
Like, the best plans are canceled plans as far as I'm concerned.
That's a good point too, right?
Toilet paper over or under?
Oh, please. Over.
Oh.
What the heck was it under?
This girl.
Come on, Lisa.
Yeah, always under.
It is.
Why do you have
such
No, I have nothing. I have a husband. I have nothing. Right? We're just normal, everyday folk that just put it under. And apparently not many of us do.
No.
I have an ongoing fight with my cleaning lady. She comes once every 2 weeks. And whenever I know she's been there because freaking toilet paper is underneath and I have to go around and change it.
And I think that's so funny that people go around and change it.
I know.
That you don't just wait till it's done and then start a new one.
No, it changes the whole experience of going to the bathroom if the paper's under. It's less enjoyable on every level.
Wow, hey? And I'm not prepared to change my wig, so I'm not going to try it.
You do you.
I'm going to have to do me on that one.
Okay, hard or soft shell tacos?
Soft.
Soft.
I mean, hard really, but because I'm trying to eat healthy or soft. Like soft corn. But in my former life as a frequenter of Taco Bell, I would say hard. The crunchier, the better.
Okay. So I like soft because I find hard is just really then like a taco salad. One bite and it's a salad, right?
Let's face it, they're both good. It's like there's no
So, Samantha, what about you?
Well, I like a burrito, so I'm probably gonna go soft.
You're gonna go soft.
That's more of my gig.
Yeah.
So summer or winter?
Summer. Oh gosh, summer. Love it so much.
Definitely.
I know. And it's funny that we're all nodding summer, and yet I live in a climate, well, we both of us live in a climate that gets 6 months of snow. And
well, that's why
New York.
I mean, as Canadians, I grew up in Ottawa, the coldest capital in the world, I believe.
Yeah.
It still has that distinctive recognition. But I'm sitting outside on the porch right now, and it's just beautiful summer evening.
It's so nice.
Exactly.
Yeah. So nice.
All right. Cooking shows or DIY shows?
Neither.
Oh,
I'm not that.
No.
I am not that gal.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
No, I'm disappointing.
No, not
that's
disappointing.
Okay.
No. You know
that just means your life is fuller than ours. So.
Yeah.
No, because I'll binge Netflix, whatever. I'm right now. What am I doing? The third season of what's it called? Younger. Have you seen that show?
No, I don't know.
About the girl she's like 40, but she pretends to be 26. Sutton Foster's in it.
Oh,
to get a job, and then now she's hanging out with all these 26-year-olds, and I don't know how racy I can get, but she's with all these 26-year-olds, and they go to the gym, and she takes off her clothes, and they all look at her. They're like, "Oh my God, what is that?" Because she hasn't like manicured herself down there.
Oh heavens!
Unless you're 25. Really funny show. You got to check it out.
I'll have to check that out.
That's
I love
too funny.
Netflix.
So you don't watch either of those shows? Okay, I'm a cooking show girl.
Yeah. And I'm big into HGTV, so I like all those kinds of shows. But I'm not that person. Like, I don't make stuff. I'm not crafty.
No.
I want nothing to do with it, but I love watching them.
But that's my vicariousness, right? Is I am like the world's best cook in my mind. but not in real life. Not in real life at all. Our cooking tastes like necessity only.
Oh, all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, one more. Comedy or romance?
Oh, romance. I'm a softie at heart. I love a good romance.
Okay. Good one.
Who's been watching all the Hallmark Christmas movies lately?
You are all about Christmas in July.
When I saw Ron on its IG telling me he's making a new one, I was giddy. Giddy I was.
I know. He's shooting it now, I think.
Yeah, in Utah.
Yeah.
Utah.
Yeah. It's too much for me. It's too much, some of them. Right?
Well, they're all the same. They're all the same, kind of. I said that, but it's very,
They're exactly all the same, right? Small town, right? Yep. You get married. There's a skating rink and a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
It's the exact same thing.
And the two leads are always like, they're like a Saskatoon 8,
Yeah.
They're not gorgeous. They're not, unattractive. They're just sort of somewhere in the middle.
Right? They're just your average Joe, right?
Yeah.
And they're the type of guys that I always pictured they're going to be in navy blue with brown buckles, brown belt, and a brown shoe. Right? That's they're doing, and a merce, right? They got to have a merce. They're doing those things.
And a merce.
Okay, so we because we're podcasters and we do this like every week, it's sometimes hard for us to come up with content on demand. So do you ever struggle with that as a writer, like finding the next idea for your books?
Oh my gosh, yes. Absolutely. I mean, as I told you, I don't have a plan when I start. I just start writing. And the only thing I do know is that it starts in September and ends in June, because I usually do the school year. That's the books. But yeah, content is tough, especially since I'm only one woman. I've only had so many experiences. And I like to sort of base them in reality a bit. Like I don't like to go too far off the mark so that people are reading it and going, that would never happen. That really bugs me in a book. Like it's like, oh, come on. But luckily I've toured around, and every mother I've ever met who has read my book has come up to me and said, please, can I tell you my horror story?
Wow.
So you can tell me, but I have to tell you, I may steal it and use it in a book. And they're like, no problem. Yeah. Everybody needs to unburden themselves of their horror story about volunteering at school.
That's cool. So what comes first for you? Like you say you just start, but do you start with a character or do you start with an idea of the plot? Because I know it's Jen, and Jen's through the books.
Yeah. So, but Jen, it can't be the same people every year. I always try to add. So I think the first thing I think of is, well, what's going to be her big struggle this year? Like that will get me like across the finish line.
Right.
And once I have that, then I have to think of who her nemesis in this struggle is going to be. Sometimes it's herself. Sometimes she's her own worst enemy. So that's where I start. And then everything else just sort of comes along. But what I'm worst at is thinking of names. So if you went to public school with me in kindergarten, what's that noise?
I don't know.
A little bit of feedback.
Oh, okay. So if you went to primary school with me in Ottawa, chances are your name is in one of my books.
So, Laurie, we have a very active social media presence, and we encourage our listeners to reach out and interact with us all the time. Do you hear very much from your readers, and what do they say?
I do. I hear a lot from my readers, and it depends on who who they are. Most people love the books and want to be my best friend because they think I'm Jen, which I'm not.
Right.
They're very complimentary, but there are, there's always haters out there. So there's always some people that reach out and tell me that, there's my one favorite was like, it was so pathetic how she's trying to build a career off her husband's name after his failed attempt to be a TV host or something like that. I was like, yeah, you pretty much got me there.
There you go, right? But doesn't it amaze you that people do that?
I think that everybody's brave behind a computer screen.
Yeah.
It's stuff that people would never say.
Yeah.
In fact, let me tell you a story about me. I remember being in New York. It was when I first moved there, and I was with a bunch of girlfriends, and I saw Geraldo Rivera at a bar, and I looked at my friends and I said, that Geraldo Rivera, I can't stand him. I can't stand his show. He's so blah, blah, blah. And I was going on and on. And then he came up to us and he's like, hi, ladies. I'm like, oh my God, Geraldo, I love you. I'll never get over that because afterwards my friend was like, wow, you told him.
I showed him.
Yeah.
But it's true, right? I think you're right. And hopefully we find there's more positive than not, but I mean, funny story from us. We had a lady during COVID that, she was upset with me and unsubscribing because I talked too much about getting a haircut. And I'm like, okay.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. She was sending me some hate mail and some like bad emails. And I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
People fixate on funny things. When I was doing Fox After Breakfast with Tom, I'm not a fashionista at all. I dressed up for you girls, as you can see.
And you look wonderful.
Yes, thank you. But I'm not a fashionista. And this one person, she wrote a letter every week complaining that I wore the same pair of shoes. But the shoes were comfortable. We did a lot of walking on the show. But it drove her insane that I wore the same shoes every day.
Yeah, it's so crazy. People, we know that they have opinions, right? And they're entitled to it. But sometimes I'm just amazed at how it formulates.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Now when we talk about Lisa's hair, it's just a running joke. Yeah. Oh, we're not allowed to do that, Lisa. We forgot.
And what was so funny is because I love a good haircut and I have short hair. So I get a cut every 4 weeks. And when COVID hit, I was 1 week before I was supposed to get a haircut. So I went, right?
Wait, do you have any pictures? How long did it get?
Like, it was horrible. I have some. Like, it was bad. had. And I don't have children, right? So that really was what my world had become about, other than my husband, right? Was the fact I couldn't get a haircut. And apparently somebody was not loving, there was no love for Lisa and her long hair.
No.
Whatsoever.
I thought she looked good with the longer hair, but she went right back to
Samantha, I think you wore bangs today because you're trying to prove a point that I still don't have bangs.
Well, I wore bangs, but I also need a hair dye job. So there you go.
The problem in COVID is the skunk mark that came up. It was like, oh my gosh. I'm full gray, unfortunately.
Oh, I think we all are.
Months and months before I got it done. It felt so good. I felt, literally 10 years younger once I got it done.
Yeah. Completely amazing how that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I got another one for you. I got a fun question.
Okay.
Would you rather have to reread your latest favorite book every month or never read your favorite book again?
I could live with never reading my favorite book again, I think.
Because
it was a moment. It happened. I did it. I read it a couple of times, and there's so much good stuff out there. There's so many more things to read. So I think that's what I would go with.
Lisa doesn't read, so the question doesn't apply to her.
But I did appreciate. I don't read. But again, let me clarify, Samantha. I can read. I have the skill set to read.
Oh, you can read. Oh,
yes, I absolutely
she can read. No.
And that's why I appreciated you reading this book to me. I'm like, this lady kicks ass, man. I said to Sam, right? I'm like, she reads it to me.
And then I had to tell her you read to everyone. So
yes, I do. Whoever wants to listen.
Yeah.
So it's an ongoing joke with Sam and I. It has been for 20 years because
God, yeah.
Sam runs a bookstore and is a reader and I will read People magazine and I like the news.
Yeah.
Wait, and you're best friends?
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
And totally opposite.
Sam, do you have kids?
No.
Oh, okay. So maybe that's a joint.
Yeah.
I'm a single income, no kids.
Right? I'm a double income, no kid. But we wouldn't have been good moms. We would have been 70s moms. Rate that book.
Yeah.
Right? That's who we would have been.
Okay, so Laurie, your newest book, Yoga Pant Nation, hilarious. Love Jen. Love her. It almost makes me want to take a spin class, like legit. Almost. I love the fact that she's a little bit older, but she's got a younger boy, Max. But her sarcasm, those emails that she sends are hilarious.
Verbatim. The first book, those emails are verbatim what I sent to my class when I was class mom.
Wow.
So, yeah. Did I mention I got fired for being class mom?
I had heard that. I knew that you got fired. Yes.
You kind of know why.
Well, I loved them. And if I'd been a mom and I'd been part of your class, I'd be like, you go, girl, because, I get you. I get you.
I had a lot of people that loved them. Even dads would write me and be like, oh, my gosh, I've never read a class mom email before, but I look forward to yours. It all takes one person that, has a squeaky enough wheel that to get you fired.
They have no joy in their heart. They have nothing.
Also, I was giving them gold. I get paid for this stuff. You know what I mean? I was giving them really good material. You can't appreciate that. I can't help
Exactly.
So what part of the book was the most fun to write for you?
Anything that involves Jen's mother is the most fun for me. I love her character. I love her voice. She is based loosely on my grandmother, who, was just such a character. And that's personally my favorite part. I don't know if everybody enjoys Kay as much as I do, but I just love writing her.
Well, I thought it was funny in the book when Kay said the people in the basement are gone. And I'm like, oh, uh-oh. And then Jen's reaction to that is just precious. And I'm like, that's how I would react, And it was so good. Like I related a lot to that character, to Jen and talking to her mom and sort of what's happening, with her elderly parents. So yeah, I thought it was really good. So
let me ask you, without revealing anything, were you surprised at what ultimately was wrong with her parents?
Yes.
you?
Yes. I was like, no.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they were fine. And then they were fine.
I started writing and making them demented, and I didn't know where the heck I was going with that. I'm like, I have to figure out a way out of this because I want them around for another couple of books. So
yeah, I was
marriage figured it out.
Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, okay. And then it's like, check. Yes. Okay. Now all the weird things that they were doing and acting and how they were acting all made sense.
All made sense. Exactly. Laurie, tell us a little bit about how the story first came to be. Did it start with an image, a voice, a concept, a dilemma?
Yeah. I mean, the whole theory, and I joke about this, but it's actually true. I was fired from being class mom, and I was extremely upset about it because, like Jen, I had put my whole heart and soul into writing funny emails, and I would give awards at the end of the year for the parent that responded the fastest. Response times will be noted was her thing in the first book, and absolutely I did that. And so I did a lot to make it fun for everybody.
Yeah. And
to get fired for that, I was really devastated. So I wrote a revenge book, and it was like a big, screw you to the PTA, the president that made me step down, and I felt
who's laughing. Who's laughing now, right?
Who's laughing now? I'm feeling much better.
You're feeling pretty darn good about yourself, Laurie.
It's like a lemonade thing, girls. I made lemonade.
You did it.
Good for you. But that's so awesome. Good for you, right? Because that's the best way to do it, right? You weren't happy, and you just thought, you know what? Enough
Revenge!
Yeah, right? It's like Twisted Sister. We're not going to take it, right?
Exactly.
And off you went. That's good. Good for you.
Is there a particular scene or chapter that really stands out for you in Yoga Pant Nation?
I think like some of the early spin classes where she says, get off your bush, because she was going to say, get off your tush, get off your,
That was good. That was funny.
It's like crafting the early spin classes was really fun for me.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh my God. Okay. But you know what I really thought was interesting was the twist with Ron's ex, his crazy ex, Cindy, right?
Cindy. Yeah.
Cindy. And at the end, she kind of takes advantage of Jen. Like she makes her like the laughing stock of the spin class.
Oh yeah. No, it was bad. It was but again, I started writing this and I thought, oh, Cindy can come to class because I haven't, didn't really involve her in You've Been Volunteered. But I had no idea what I was going to do with it. It's like, I know they can't be friends because she's nuts.
Yes.
She's the craziest wife. So I had to figure out a way like that Jen would like go to the tip of like, I really think she's changed. I think she's just she loves my classes and she wants me to teach her birthday class, and wow. And then you get the big smack in the head when she walks into that class. So.
You know exactly where it's going when Jen says, "Oh, I see the crazy in her eye."
Yeah,
it's like, plot twist.
Right?
Plot twist.
The crazy's back.
The crazy's back.
The crazy's
exactly.
back.
Well, you know what, Laurie? You feel free if you need other characters. You know what? You feel free. Lisa and Sam we got nothing restricting us. We are open books.
I am dying to write a story about you two. Let me just
Yes.
A lot has happened in the last half hour.
Right. Tell ya, we are a pretty crazy group.
You guys, congratulations on this podcast. Really, like you have a great idea. It's so cute.
Thank you.
And you guys are perfect together.
Thank you.
You know what? We just have fun. That's all. Our whole goal was that we just wanted to be the least stressful part of somebody's day, and that's what we did, right? And it's 100% what you see is what you get. We're going on holidays together next week up to the lake, and we fight the whole time, bicker.
Say, don't you get sick of each other?
No, well. Off and on quite frequently. Yeah.
The Katie isn't done right. I don't like my hot dog. I don't want to eat. Oh
I
my
get
God.
mad because she's still sleeping at 9, and I'm like, hey, hi,
and she's
Sunny.
Stomping through the cabin. I'm like, leave me alone.
But I think because we've been friends for so long, right? Like it's just like she can be like, shut the hell up, and I like don't take it personal, right? That type of thing.
You either need to see other people. Or just know that you're family, basically.
That's pretty much it, right? It's pretty much it. So, we love it, and we're very thankful. We were going to ask you, our last question for you was, is there going to be a book number 4? But you've already answered that.
There is. I can give you an exclusive on what the title of the book is.
Yes, please.
Not told anybody this.
Oh.
And I'm just assuming no one's listening. So.
Yeah, well, and a lot of times, we just talk amongst ourselves. We keep it quiet.
The fourth book is titled Smells Like Tween Spirit.
Oh.
Because now in 7th grade, he's a tween and he's a wrestler. So it's kind of a play on that.
Wow.
Like
how exciting.
Spirit. I like it.
I like that too. I like
it a lot. Have you ever thought that maybe your series of books could be movies?
I would love for somebody, it's something that my husband and I talk about, and he's busy doing his little cable access show. But once he's finished with that and he maybe, retires or whatever, then we're really going to focus on making this a TV show. I think would be best.
Oh,
that'd be perfect.
How fun would that be?
Yeah, I think it would be a great, great show.
Yeah. Like in your mind, you must sit through thinking, this would be a great person to play this, and this person would be awesome to do this, right?
Yeah, but it's funny. I started, 7 years ago? So 7 years ago, I thought Tina Fey should be Jen. Absolutely, 100%. Okay. Yeah. But now Tina's too old to play Jen, so I have to start looking at other people.
That's right. Yeah, that's a good point, hey? That's a
By the time we get it all done, it's going to be, somebody who's probably 15 right now.
Yeah, who's just starting their acting career.
Right. She'll then be old enough.
That's so awesome. I think that I think you are so much fun, and I think that what you bring is wonderful too.
Well, thank you. Yeah. Thank you so much. Lisa, you keep working on that Saskatoon tan.
Well, I'm really gonna chocolate brown. I'm gonna be getting it, right?
Okay.
Just you wait. I'm gonna be chocolate brown. That's my goal. I see all my coworkers, they're all back from their holidays. They're so dark, and I'm like, oh, Mother Parker. So mad, eh?
Finite amount of time we have as Canadians to get that tan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I'm so dedicated. So when we're up at the lake by 10:30 in the morning, I'm out there from 10 till 5, soaking it up to sun. Nothing. There's nothing, nothing, right?
Get the baby oil on.
The whole bit, right? Right? Sam's like, get on the lotion. I'm like, I put it on. Don't worry. And right.
The fight that ensues. Will you please wear some sunscreen?
Right? I wear my watch so I have proof that there's a mark. There's nothing there. But I'll keep working for it. Don't worry. I won't let you down.
Guys, enjoy your vacation too, eh?
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. We will. Well, we just like to say thank you so much again, Laurie, for joining us and letting us have some time with you and talk about your book.
I would love to come back anytime you need a guest. If you're desperate, just call me.
Yeah. All right. Well, we record every Wednesday.
Yeah. And this is on audio, so we hear you.
So Laurie, Sam,
I wasn't saying that into a void. Oh well.
No, I think it's fair now that Laurie's officially part of the squad. Hey, Sam.
Oh, for sure.
Right? We'll put you in the squad. It's a big.
I am honored.
It's a very big squad. You're the only person in it that we know. But you're in there with some really, really big people.
All right, I'll take it. Thank you both so much.
Thank you. And just where can fans reach you if they'd like to reach out to you?
Oh, I don't talk to my fans.
You don't?
No.
Okay.
No. Don't encourage that.
Don't encourage that? Okay.
No, absolutely. You can DM me. You can Instagram me. Laurie Gelman is my Instagram, and Facebook. Laurie Gelman on Facebook. I mean, I'm pretty hard to find.
There you go. That's awesome.
So I try to answer all my messages. So.
Oh, awesome. Well, so do we. So
you guys got a hold of me.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Exactly.
Right? Persistence pays off.
All right, that's it for us. Again, thank you, Laurie, for joining us. Guys, you can find her book, Yoga Pant Nation, anywhere, and look out for book number 4, Smells Like Tween Spirit.
Get it right, Samantha.
Thanks, you guys.
Thank you.
Okay.
Whoa.
Who loves Laurie Gelman more than me?
How about Laurie Gelman for Prime Minister?
Oh my God.
Right? How about Laurie Gelman for something like so wonderful?
Oh my God. She was so lovely. She was funny. Oh my goodness.
She's the best. She's now friends of the podcast. She's officially in the squad.
She is,
so you know.
She's in the squad.
Right? She's officially in the squad. She's the only person in the squad that we know.
Yes. And she said that she would come back.
Yeah, and we will take her up on that.
I think we will.
Right? We will find things for her to do. Right? We will find things for her.
Yes, it was so exciting.
Oh, it was so much fun. I hope everybody enjoys it as much as we did.
Yes. Just Tons of fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you know what else was fun?
Oh, I know.
Lisa.
Samantha.
You sparked some controversy.
I did, but I didn't mean to.
Who knew that people would be so serious about cereal?
Right? Some people were so serious.
Facebook Tuesday, you do not let me down.
They never do.
No.
They never, ever do.
They never, ever do.
No.
Okay, so apparently no love for Captain Crunch.
Oh, everybody, it hurts my mouth.
It hurts my mouth. I'm sensitive.
Well, nobody cared that it hurt our mouth when we were 10.
No.
Right?
There was no love for Cinnamon Toast.
No, none.
No.
I have to be honest. I've never tried Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
What?
No. Well, because I would just eat it raw, right?
Well, you would.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what we need to just bring with us to the lake.
Just raw cereal. That's just snack food
cereal.
for me.
It's just
right?
cereal. Let's just bring cereal.
I like to just eat raw cereal. I love it so much.
But also, people do not like mini wheats.
And that kind of bothered me because if I'm going to eat a cereal with milk, that's the only one I will. Well, other than that and Frosted Flakes, it's the only one I'll eat.
Luke was very adamant that people hate it.
Oh my God, right? And I said to Luke, I said, it's the only thing that doesn't go soggy. And he's like, yeah, neither does a wicker chair.
Yeah. Yes, he referenced a wicker chair.
Right? I'm like, all right. What I took away, Samantha, was that people don't like cereal.
No, I think they do, but it's just, I think we don't think it's, okay, this is what I think. I could be totally wrong, people. It's just my opinion. I think as adults, we don't allow ourselves to enjoy the cereals of our youth.
Like the bad sugary ones.
Right. Because we think we know better. Like we should do better.
It should be nothing other than Raisin Bran and Special K.
Yes. Or Honey Nut Cheerios.
Right.
Or
Mueslix.
Icky Rice Krispies and
what did
whatever.
Kelly Ripa, didn't she get on a grape nuts kick during the COVID?
Yes, I think so.
That was her big thing.
Why would you eat grape nuts?
Right. That's adult food.
Yeah. Like don't do that.
Cereal's meant to be fun. It used to come in little boxes.
Yes, that's true. It still does.
It does.
But what hurt my heart, which I didn't realize it would hurt my heart when people included Fruit Loops.
Oh my God, because Fruit Loops raw are so good.
They're good raw. They're good in milk.
They're just
it doesn't
so
matter.
delicious.
It doesn't matter. Sometimes I just buy a box of Fruit Loops
to snack
and
on.
Enough milk to get me through. Right? And that's my snack.
Sometimes, and you know me, right? I'll sometimes just buy that little container and I'll just have that as my snack. Right? I love Fruit Loops so much.
So I don't know, guys, like I get, and some of you were like none. And some of you were like, well, everybody hated Rice Krispies too. And I'm like, thank you. Cause I hate them.
But they're fine if they're in a treat.
Yes. That's about it though.
Yeah. Right. That is about it.
Unless you're pouring a bucket load of sugar on it.
Yeah. Even still, they go soggy too fast.
Yes.
I think all cereals should be based on the sogginess ratio, right? If it goes soggy too fast, it's not one for me.
I agree.
I don't want that in my mouth.
110%.
And then some of you people, and Sam, you're one of them, I think, you drink the milk.
I do.
Oh.
I do. Yeah. It's yummy.
That's so nasty.
So good.
No.
So good.
But people didn't hate Frosted Flakes.
No.
Which was kind of odd.
Could it be the tiger?
Could be the tiger.
Could be the tiger.
Could be the tiger. I don't know.
But Frosted Flakes are still pretty sugary, so it's okay.
Yeah, right. Because I like them, so they're super sugary. And I remember when I went through my Frosted Flakes phase. I would add extra sugar to them.
Yes, and I was like, "You're gonna die of your diabetes.
You're gonna have a heart attack." Oh, look at that!
Oh, there you go.
Oh, and so you did.
And there you did.
All right, that'll teach you. That'll teach you to sneak that extra sugar on there.
Oh, okay. But what's even better is if you guys download and subscribe to our podcast.
Yes.
We want to know if you're listening. And if you download, you tell us if you're listening, if you like the episode or not. And, you can always find us at pod.link/ISMH or ismhead.podbean.com. But honestly, you can listen on any podcast app. Join in on the fun on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Where we do Facebook Tuesdays is on Facebook. And we're playing with TikTok, but we hate it, so probably not. So why do I keep mentioning it? I don't know. It's kind of fun
because we want to do it.
We want to do it, but we're not sure. Right. If you would like to contribute to the podcast for as little as $2 a month, you can go to Podbean, Patreon, or patreon.com and just look for I Shake My Head. And for $2, you can help us out. We are also with Threadless, and just recently, someone got a couple of mugs.
Yay!
I believe she told, oh my goodness, what's her name?
I don't remember names.
I can't remember. I'm sorry. I apologize. But yeah, guys, Threadless. We have cups, we have mugs, we have bags. We have, I think,
shower curtains.
We have t-shirts, we have hats, and it's www.threadless, ishakemyhead.threadless.com. So just check it out. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And we love being part of the Podfix network. That's where we hang out. We got some really good buddies on that. We have Mouse and Weens and Two Girls on a Bench. And we love Paul Cosmo from Varmints. So go check them out.
Check them out. Okay.
Check them out.
So Samantha,
on?
We're headed on vacation again.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, sorry.
Right? We going to try anything different?
Well, I'm going to sleep.
No.
So that's going to stay the same.
Like till when? Like till 8 or 9, depending on the weather.
Till you make so much noise, I have no choice but to get up.
Till the bacon starts wafting through the cabin.
Oh my God, yes. That's how you get me out of bed. You waft bacon.
Right? But that's...
Okay, but let's remind people how you ate all the bacon one day.
Oh my God, every day.
You ate all the bacon.
I ate a whole pound of bacon. Three days in a row. I love, but you also heard me say, I think that they're shortchanging bacon.
Well, because you refuse to count the strips, so.
Right? It just seems like there was less bacon than what I remember there should have been.
Did.
Right? I'm looking forward to a night with the chicken wings again.
Oh, yes.
Those were some good wings, right? Those were some good wings. What do you want to do? We'll actually play a game this time.
Oh, that would be fun.
I think the problem last time was that we were so hot by the end of the day.
Oh, good God. It was so hot in the cabin.
And then so hot in the cabin, all we could do is just sit there.
Right? We were so lethargic, and it's like, it's too hot.
Right? It's like, did you want to do? No, I don't want to do anything.
You want me to move? No. You want me to move away from the fan?
Right? No. Right? We're good. Right here is good. It's all good right here. So I think we'll just pretty much just do our same stuff.
I think so, but I think, let's mix it up. Maybe, let's be in the water more.
Yeah, we could do that.
We could do a water sport.
Well, sure.
We didn't do that this last time.
Right? We did not, right? It was too hot to throw a frisbee.
Oh, God, yeah.
Right?
But the water should be warmer.
Yeah, it should be nice. Yeah.
So that'll be good.
That'll be a good time. Okay. Did you know, here's something interesting. Did you know that sealing up or packaging up your food before it's cold causes unwanted bacteria? So I'm at the restaurant. Hello, doggy bags. That's not a good thing.
Well, if it's cold, it's fine.
No, but when you just finished eating and somebody said, did you want to take that home with you? And you package it up. It's not cold yet.
God, you're eating bacteria.
Right?
Well, now you just freaked me out. That's awesome.
People wonder why I never take home leftovers. Because I never take leftovers home.
That's true. You don't.
Ever. I'm like, no, I'm good. Thank you.
The last time we did that, we were at Taverna's, and the waiter came out because we forgot our takeout stuff.
On purpose.
And the waiter came out of the building to us and said, hey, here's your leftovers. Oh, we don't want them. And then a guy walking by just took them.
Some homeless guy, which is great.
Yeah.
Right?
It was such a bizarre exchange.
Right? Enjoy the carbonara. Right? But isn't that weird, right? And it kind of makes sense, right? Warm food.
Yeah, it totally does.
Right? And we do that even when you just finished cooking something at home.
Yes.
And it's right. You package it up, you put it in the fridge. Mm-mm.
You have to wait till it gets cool.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Great. Right? Now you've made me paranoid. Congratulations.
Good. I'm glad. You need to be paranoid about things like that.
Why?
Because it's not right. It's not good.
All right, Lisa.
Not good.
You know what? You know what the world needs, Lisa?
Tell me.
More novelty socks.
Okay.
Yeah. Like maybe we all need to sport some popsicles on our socks for the summer.
Like in my store, we carry hot dog and pizza socks. How fun are those? Right? And there's some that have sushi on them.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you're right. I think you're right. I think they must bring an instant joy to somebody's face.
I think, yeah, because if you like cats, you could have cat socks.
You can have cat socks, right?
You could have dog socks.
Now, I mean, the problem you run into is the fact that it's not going to go with your outfit.
Why?
Because they're not going to, right? And for women, that's going to be an issue. For men, it's fine because they can put them on with their suits.
Well, because then they'll look, what is it? Trendy.
They will look like as though they'll look the same way that we interpreted the navy blue brown buckle brown shoe man.
Oh, yes.
Right? That's what the sock on a man does now.
Yes, that's exactly
right.
It.
A novelty sock on a man is like the brown belt and brown shoe with the navy pant from about 5 years ago.
And a merce.
Right? Don't forget the merce. Right?
But
throw that in.
Okay, so and if a woman wears a novelty socks, she's cuckoo.
She's crazy.
She got bad fashion sense.
Right? She's got bad fashion sense because they don't go with her shoe.
They don't go with anything.
They don't go with her pants. And they clash with her top. Right? Now, is that because the man's in solids?
Maybe. I don't know.
But you could do it because you wear all black to work. So you could start a thing.
I could.
Right?
Yeah, if I liked to wear socks.
All right. Well, then there's that problem too.
And then there's that problem.
Right? But I don't know. I think you're right though. I think that women are judged on their socks, whereas men and novelty socks, that's kind of fun. He's kind of lighthearted and fun. He'd be fun to have a beer with.
Yeah, for sure. And a woman does it and she's like cuckoo bananas.
She should just be at home.
She got 5,000 cats at home.
Right? She should be at home with her cats, eating her thing of Haagen-Dazs, right?
And if someone wears novelty socks, we apologize.
No, more power to ya.
Yes, more power to you. Hopefully we're not offending you, but
we're not trying to. I think people should have the chutzpah to wear their novelty socks.
The chutzpah.
Right? Bring out your novelty socks, I say.
Oh, and then I think you need to bring out your fun earrings.
Oh, right.
Yes. Yes.
Right.
Lisa, what are you bringing me for Halloween?
I got you a jack-o'-lantern, scary jack-o'-lantern bracelet.
I'm going to be that girl.
Right? Because I saw it and I thought of you. Because only one person I know appreciates Halloween in my life, and that's you.
That's me.
Exactly.
Yeah, so you know what? You like stuff, you wear it.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Do you remember Amanda Kloots?
I do.
Okay, whose husband died from COVID.
Oh, that was so sad.
Just over a year ago, I believe.
Yeah, he was like super healthy before COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a Broadway star.
Yep, he was a Broadway star. Apparently, she's getting hassled for dating.
Oh, he died, right?
Yeah, he passed away, and now she's beginning to date, and people are hassling her about it.
Why can people not mind their own business?
Why do you care about someone that you are not near or around?
Right? Why can we not want other people to just be happy?
She needs to be happy.
Here's the thing, Samantha, you imagine what that void must be. She's a young woman. You imagine what that void must be to lose your husband. Well, and then the joy your heart must feel that there's somebody not taking his place, but there's somebody that's treating you like a nice person and is caring about you in your life.
Exactly.
Right?
Why wouldn't you want her to find joy again?
People suck, man. I remember even after my mom died, and I remember with my dad was still pretty young, like he wasn't even 60 yet. And I just remember thinking he's way too young to not find joy if he wants joy.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? There's no time frame, people, right?
No.
It's your heart.
Yes.
Right? And people who now go through things like that have no business having opinions. Oh my goodness, I could get riled up.
Don't get riled.
I could get riled. I won't get riled, though.
But we're behind you, Amanda, 110%.
Absolutely.
You need somebody to, knock those people around.
Yeah. Call your girls.
Yep. We'll find people for you.
We'll find people. We'll be your people, right? We can be your people. Okay. Samantha.
Yes, Lisa.
I got a new fall food for the Boom Baby Bakery and Cafe.
Oh my God. Why are you talking about fall in almost August?
We're almost going to be in fall. You ready for this?
Okay. I'm hearing.
It's a grilled cheese roll up.
How are you doing that?
You're going to take the bread and you're going to lay it flat. You're going to cut off the crusts and you're going to take your rolling pin and you're going to make it flatter.
Oh.
Right? You're going to seal the edge with a little bit of butter. Or margarine, depending whatever we decide to be using at the time.
Okay.
We're going to take our cheeses. We're going to sprinkle. Depending whatever type of cheese we feel like using that day.
Got it.
Right? You want something else in there? You want a little piece of ham in there? We can put the ham. You want a little piece of bacon? We can put the bacon. That'll be up to the patrons, okay?
Okay.
Then we're going to roll it. We're going to roll it, and we're going to lightly butter it, and then we're going to put it in a very, very light, like almost kind of like feather light, like super, super light panko crust.
Oh.
And then we're going to fry it. Not in the deep fryer. We're going to do it in the pan. Right? Because that's how we roll, right? We don't need to deep fry everything.
Okay. Gotcha.
And it's going to be grilled cheese roll-ups, Samantha.
So how do you actually roll it?
Yeah, you roll it.
Once it's done?
After you construct it, then you roll it.
And then you fry it.
Oh. Doesn't that sound delightful?
That does sound quite delightful.
Right? Little side dish of ketchup.
Nice little snacky thing.
A little snack, right? Just like a thing, like a little,
Oh my God, it's a grilled cheese snack.
It's a grilled cheese snack.
It could go on the appetizer menu.
It can go on the appetizer, right? It can go, you're having a bowl of soup, but you just want like a grilled cheese roll-up instead of a whole sandwich because that seems a little much.
Would you like a side of grilled cheese roll-ups?
Right.
With your tomato soup.
We
are comfy. We are cozy.
Of course we are.
Oh my God, I love it.
Because we are the Boom Baby Bakery and Cafe. Of course we're comfy.
If only this was real.
Right? If only this was real.
I feel like maybe we should run a bakery.
Right? Hire the right people.
We don't have to make this stuff.
Maybe we need to get Chef Janie Oliver back on, and maybe we need to pitch her. Maybe we could maybe that's what we could do now that she's up and running. We should bring her back on the show and have a pitch session.
Oh, yeah. We got some ideas.
Janie, we got some ideas for you. What about a grilled cheese roll-up? You been thinking about that? What about that? I'm wondering about that.
Oh, my God.
Right?
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That is like oh my God, that's like the perfect fall thing. Rolled grilled cheese, dipping it in your soup. It would be perfect.
It doesn't, life don't get much better.
No. Oh, right? And then like the creamiest tomatoey soup.
Yeah. Right? Just made from love.
Almost makes me want fall.
I know, does it, right? Almost makes you want the sweater weather. Right?
Well, you know that we do enjoy fall. It's the winter months that we hate the most.
Exactly. But speaking still of fall, Samantha,
yes,
I declare fall 2021 to be all about maple syrup. I think that maple syrup is being underused. Okay. I think we need to use our maple syrup more.
Okay.
All right? I'm just saying.
I didn't realize that it was underused. You know,
I think it's being underused.
As Canadians, that's our staple is maple syrup.
I know, right? I think it's being underused. I think it's being underappreciated and underused. Okay. Something to keep in mind, okay?
All right. It's good to know. It's good to know.
Just saying.
Okay. So, Lisa.
What?
I don't pay attention to sports, but I can't ignore on my news feed stuff about the Blue Jays.
Oh, but it's not good stuff.
No, it's not.
It's not good stuff, right?
What's going on?
Oh, Samantha.
Oh, Lisa.
Samantha. It's not good.
I'm sure it isn't.
It's not good at all. So the problem with said Jays is the bullpen.
Uh-oh.
Right? So the bullpen consists of the pitchers that once the starting pitcher can't pitch anymore, these guys come in, typically the 7th, 8th, 9th inning, right? Uh-huh. So not every time, that's an exaggeration, barely. But what happens is that Our starting pitchers, sometimes they do okay. Right? We got good hitters, right? We can hit. We're good that way. Our starting pitchers, they do okay. And then what'll happen is if it's a close game, in comes our bullpen, and then we give up the win.
Oh dear.
So we're losing a lot of one-run games. And right now, right?
If only people could see your face right now. You're so disgusted.
I'm so angry. And they lost tonight. And they are 5 games back from a wild card, which doesn't sound like a lot, except for the teams that are in front of them are really, really good. And we're really inconsistent. And there's 2 days left for them to make a big trade, and they're not talking about nobody. So I don't know what's going to happen.
They're sticking with it.
I don't know. We got till Friday to find out for sure. But it's not, they're going back home, right? They're going back to the Sky Dome.
Yes.
Right? So that's encouraging.
Maybe that'll help.
I don't know what'll help, but let's just say I'm not it's hard. It's hard right now.
The birds are having a hard time flying.
They're having a hard time keeping their flight consistent. Right? They do a lot of crash and burn.
A lot of crash and burn.
Crash and burn, Samantha.
Well, Lisa, this is where we usually go into our I shake my heads.
Yeah. Do you have an I shake my head?
The I shake my head that I have is that I shake my head and not having an I shake my head.
I don't have an I shake my head this week either. We just sat down before we started the podcast, friends, and it's like, okay, Samantha, do you have an I shake? Oh, I don't have an I shake my head.
So, I think we got so excited about the interview with Laurie.
Yeah.
That we forgot to have an I shake my head for this
have an I shake my head. Right.
So instead, we're just going to coo about Laurie.
Yeah. Let's just continue to coo. Right.
I would suggest, though, people go check out her series with Jen Dixon. It starts with Class Mom. Then there's You've Been Volunteered. Now Yoga Pant Nation is out now. And there is a 4th book coming. She gives us an exclusive. You've already heard it. But go check it out. Yoga Pant Nation made me laugh. There were parts of it that this woman has such a great sarcastic sense of humor.
Oh my God, she's so fun. Like, it's such good writing. It's just such a good read.
The emails at the beginnings of the chapters are hilarious.
Yeah. And you know what, friends of the podcast? I don't even mind sharing with you her reading. She can read it to you too if you want.
Yes.
Right? She can. She'll read it to you too. She's that wonderful that she's reading it to everybody, she said.
She is reading it to everybody.
Right? Which is amazing. If you don't like to actually read the book like me, you can listen to the book.
I thought the look on Laurie's face when I said that you don't read was precious. Oh my God, she believes me.
It's always the type of question where somebody's not quite sure if you're talking like in the literal sense.
Well, and then I think she thought I was rude. I'm like, no, it's a joke. Like,
it's a joke.
It's a long-standing
total joke. And then Lisa, I have to defend it.
Yes, again, because that's what I love about it.
Right? Because I'm like, it's like, don't get me wrong. I have the skill set. I can do it.
Yeah.
I can do it. And I think what was funny then is then how I said to her, but what I loved, the fact was that, and then a Laurie came along and Laurie read it to me.
Yes.
Right.
So we just, again, thank you so much, Laurie, for joining us. And we hope you guys...
You can find her book in all the stores.
All the stores. So we hope you enjoyed listening to her, and, check her out. She does have Instagram and Facebook under Laurie Gelman. She's easy to find. All right, Lisa.
Samantha.
We're just going to say thank you to John. He actually helped us with the interview piece. He saved our bacon, as always.
Did. He's good that way.
So we thank him for that. And just remember to check out our Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And remember to download and subscribe.
Sounds good, Samantha. Always a pleasure.
It should be.
This has been a transmission of the Podfix Network. For more about this show and other great Podfix programs, go to podfixnetwork.com.